What if every volcano in the world erupted at once? You wake up in your bed in Iceland. It's 3 a.m. There's a rumble in the ground. You feel the room shake slightly. What do? Maybe you check your phone. The internet is down. Maybe you look out the window. The street looks normal. But then you hear it again. It shakes the house. The light from your bedside lamp flickers and dies. You walk outside into the dark, shivering in the cold night air. All around you, people are now standing in the streets, looking around confused and frightened. You live in Iceland, a country with volcanoes and earthquakes, so this isn't really that unusual. But something about tonight feels different. You can't quite put your finger on it. And that's when you see it, a bright orange glow in the sky to the north. As the sky brightens, you realize that the glow is coming from the nearby volcano, Mount Tambora. Then you remember last week's headlines about increased seismic activity in the area. Your heart starts racing because you know that means the volcano might erupt. You should get out of there. But it's too late. The entire mountainside is now glowing bright red, and hot lava is cascading down its slopes. You turn and run, but you don't know where to go. You feel the heat of the lava on your neck and back. You stumble and fall, choking on ash. Then everything goes black. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in Indonesia, you are awoken by a violent shaking of your bedroom. You live in a coastal city surrounded by lush tropical vegetation. You step outside. The air is thick with steam and a fine ash. You can hear a loud hissing sound coming from the nearby Mount Galunggung volcano. Its summit is hidden in clouds, but there's an eerie orange glow on the clouds, outlining their shape and giving you a glimpse of the molten lava lake churning beneath. You watch in awe as a towering cloud of smoke and ash erupts 30 kilometers into the air, blocking the stars and casting an eerie glow over the landscape. You feel a stinging in your eyes and a fine layer of ash on your skin. In the distance you see people running for the hills. Do you follow them? But it's too late. Hot lava flows like a fast-moving river down the volcano's slopes. You turn and run, but there's nowhere to escape. You feel the searing heat on your legs and arms. Then the world goes black. In a matter of seconds, the lives of billions of people have been cut short. Cities are burning, entire ecosystems collapsing, and thick layers of ash covering the land. This is only the beginning. So what exactly happens if every volcano on Earth erupted simultaneously? First, we need to figure out how many volcanoes we're dealing with. There are more than 1,300 active volcanoes around the world. Each one of these mountains has been formed by magma pushing up through the Earth's crust. When the pressure becomes greater than the strength of the rocks above it, the magma forces its way to the surface, creating a volcanic eruption. Not all volcanoes erupt in the same way. Some have small explosions while others erupt violently. The type of eruption depends on the magma's gas content. Gas-rich magma will produce explosive eruptions, whereas magma with a low gas content erupts less explosively. When they erupt, some volcanoes throw solid pieces of rock and ash high into the air. They're called tephra and can travel hundreds of kilometers from the volcano. Large amounts of tephra can have several negative effects on human health. Breathing it in can irritate the lungs, eyes, and throat. The small particles can also absorb sunlight, leading to global cooling. Volcanic ash is made up of pulverized rock and other materials ejected during an eruption. It's abrasive, sharp, and lightweight. Because it's so light, volcanic ash can be carried by winds for long distances, sometimes traveling around the globe several times. Ash clouds can also travel into the upper atmosphere, where they can stay for months or even years. Even tiny amounts of ash can cause serious problems for aircraft engines. If enough ash enters the engine, it can cause it to shut down. Volcanic ash is also highly abrasive, which can cause serious damage to buildings and infrastructure. It can also contaminate water supplies and destroy crops, leading to food shortages. Humans haven't yet invented a way to remove volcanic ash from the air, meaning that large-scale eruptions can trap people inside their homes for days, weeks, or even months. Volcanic eruptions can also cause massive landslides. These happen when the slope of a volcano becomes too unstable to support itself and collapses. Landslides can cause widespread damage, destroying homes, buildings, and other infrastructure. They can also trigger other hazards such as lahars, which are volcanic mudflows composed of a mixture of water, ash, and rock fragments. Lahars can travel extremely quickly, reaching speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour. They can cause devastating damage to anything in their path, including homes, bridges, and roads. Eruptions can also generate pyroclastic flows, superheated mixtures of gas and solid matter that race down the slopes of a volcano at speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. Pyroclastic flows can incinerate everything in their path, leaving behind a barren landscape. Volcanoes can also cause tsunamis when they erupt underwater, or when their eruptions cause landslides or lahars that enter a body of water. Tsunamis can travel across entire oceans, causing widespread destruction to coastal communities. So when you imagine what would happen if every volcano on Earth erupted at the same time, it's easy to understand why the results would be absolutely catastrophic. First, the skies would be filled with smoke and ash, blocking out the sun. Global temperatures would plummet, leading to a volcanic winter. Ash and gases would blanket the entire planet, making it difficult or impossible to breathe. The land would be covered in ash and debris, making it difficult to travel or find food. Water supplies would be contaminated, making it difficult to find clean water to drink. Most plants and animals would die due to the lack of sunlight and food. So the survivors would face starvation or death by disease. Eventually, the Earth would become a barren wasteland. And what would happen after that? Well, it's hard to say because nothing like this has ever happened before. But here's a crazy thought. What if our planet's volcanoes were part of a much larger system? Could this hypothetical global volcanic eruption affect things beyond our planet? Our solar system is home to a lot of volcanoes. Jupiter's moon Io is the most volcanically active body in the solar system, with more than 400 active volcanoes. Io sits in an orbit that takes it close to Jupiter's powerful magnetic field. As Io orbits Jupiter, the magnetic field lines pull electrons from Io's surface, creating a thin atmosphere. Jupiter's radiation bombards Io's surface, causing the electrons to recombine with oxygen and sulfur, creating sulfuric acid. The acid rains onto Io's surface, causing the rocks to weather away and revealing the hot, molten magma below. As the magma reaches the surface, it erupts, creating tall ash plumes that can reach 300 kilometers into the sky. On Saturn's moon Enceladus, icy geysers have been observed erupting from its surface. These geysers are created by the heat from the ocean below Enceladus's icy crust. When the ocean water comes into contact with the rocky sea floor, it creates hydrothermal vents. The vents release heat and chemicals that support a unique ecosystem of bacteria. The bacteria then convert the chemicals into energy, creating a food source for other organisms. On Jupiter's moon, Europa, a similar process occurs. Europa's ocean is heated by the tidal flexing caused by the gravitational pull of Jupiter and its other moons. This creates hydrothermal vents that support a unique ecosystem of bacteria. The bacteria convert chemicals released from the vents into energy, creating a food source for other organisms. Even Mars has evidence of past volcanic activity. Olympus Mons is the tallest known mountain in the solar system, rising 22 kilometers above the Martian surface. It's believed that Olympus Mons was formed by a hotspot similar to the one that created Hawaii. But if Earth's volcanoes were somehow connected to these extraterrestrial hotspots, could a massive global eruption on Earth have effects beyond our planet? Well, it's possible. A large-scale volcanic eruption on Earth could send shockwaves through the solar system, disrupting the delicate balance of forces that keep our solar system stable. It could also disrupt the orbits of comets and asteroids, sending them on new trajectories that could collide with Earth. It could even trigger a new ice age or trigger climate change. It's hard to imagine how life could exist after such a cataclysmic event. The Earth's surface would be scorched and covered in ash, and the atmosphere would be filled with toxic gases. Any surviving humans would likely face a future of struggle and hardship as they try to rebuild society and adapt to a changed world. But perhaps there would be hope in the form of science fiction. Maybe there would be a few survivors who managed to build spaceships and leave Earth behind to explore the galaxy. Maybe they would find a new home on one of the moons of Jupiter or Saturn where they could start a new civilization. Or maybe they would simply wander the galaxy as refugees never finding a permanent home. Whatever happened, one thing is for sure, the world would never be the same. And here's the real kicker. Scientists actually think this may have already happened once before. About 66 million years ago, at the end of the Cretaceous period, Earth experienced a mass extinction that killed off all of the dinosaurs except for birds. The asteroid impact that led to this extinction also triggered massive volcanic eruptions in what is now the Deccan Traps region of India. The eruptions released huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Combined with the dust and ash from the asteroid impact, these eruptions probably caused a rapid climate change that devastated ecosystems around the world. Some scientists even believe that these volcanic eruptions played a bigger role in the extinction of the dinosaurs than the asteroid impact did. So the next time you're outside and you see a volcano, just remember that it's not just a pretty mountain. It's a powerful force of nature that has the potential to change the world forever. Thanks for watching.